a school teacher who decided to make a special needs child eat their own vomit has been sentenced and will avoid all prison time. People are outraged by this. Put her up full mass. That has to be the most smug look I've ever seen on a mugshot for a person being arrested for a heinous crime like this. Former Indiana elementary school teacher who forced a special needs student to eat his own vomit reached a plea deal earlier this week. That plea deal keeps her out of prison and it keeps her out of the classroom. Her actions have caused outrage, obviously. Sara Seymour. Ms. Seymour is a former life skills teacher at Brown Elementary School in Brownsville, Indiana. She was sentenced after she pleaded guilty to only one count of neglect of a dependent, which is a misdemeanor. In exchange for her plea, the court dismissed an additional charge of failure to make a report. Reminder of the incident, authorities said the video showed the student seated at a table in the cafeteria. The child was eating his lunch and then stood up, appearing to gag on his food. Ms. Seymour, who happens to be a life skills teacher, appeared to tell him to sit down, police said. Ms. Seymour allegedly told the child that if he vomited, he would be required to eat what he threw up, police said. Taylor, the life skills teacher, was present, gave the boy tray, the release says. Then police said the child vomited on the tray and the table. Kanipe, a life skills instructional aide, allegedly handed the child a spoon. Both Seymour and the instructional aide stood at each side of the child while he was forced to use the spoon to eat the vomit and clean up the rest with paper towels, police said. Quote, Kristen Mitchell and Megan King were present and witnessed the incident. Seymour and the instructional aide were arrested on Wednesday and released the same day. The termination process for them has already begun. Brownsburg police secured the video by warrant on April 12th of the abuse which occurred in February at the Brown Elementary School, depicted here with Superintendent Jim Snap. So let's talk about the sentencing. Part of the plea deal requires Ms. Seymour to surrender her teaching license to the Indiana Department of Education. The state does not want her to work in any direct service position with anyone under the age of 18. The state also recommended that she remain at home between the hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. and no contact with the victim order remained in effect. Okay, the state recommended that she remain home between those hours. It is not house arrest, it's a recommendation. The incident was reportedly captured on video per WXIN TV, which noted that 3 other staff members were involved or witnessed the incident. None of those individuals chose to report what happened to administrators. WXIN reported. Now, why is that part important? Because they have a duty to report. They have a duty to report child abuse. And that is abuse, period. Every person there should have been arrested per statute. But it seems as if enforcement was, well, let's just say lacking. They didn't even report it to administrators. So according to court documents, Seymour was sentenced to 365 days in jail, with the bulk of the sentence, 363 days, suspended to probation. She was given credit for time served, which means she has no jail time. The school did not find out about the forced vomit eating until late April 2023, which means if they're telling the truth, no one who witnessed it and nobody who was involved said a word. At around the same time, the Hendricks County Prosecutor's Office filed criminal charges against 5 people, including Seymour and the instructional aide. A month later, officials announced the district had fired Ms. Seymour, the instructional aide, and one other person. A fourth staffer decided to resign, but they were allowed to resign because they should have been fired too. The contractor was not employed by the school and could not resign or be fired by the district. Seymour's plea deal means 4 of the 5 cases are now resolved. In the 3 other cases, the individuals avoided jail time after pleading guilty to failure to make a report. And you still have the instructional aide slated to go to trial in June. Social media has been outraged. Quote, "She gave him a spoon and everything," wrote one social media user. "The parents should sue her. That's just disgusting. She should never be allowed to teach," wrote a third. It's very sad. Now, why do you really believe all of these individuals who clearly committed abuse to a child, why are they not getting the book thrown at them? But let an immature 18-year-old do something stupid, and all of a sudden the DA, the chief of police, will hold a press conference and they would tell you how they're going to make an example out of this individual. But where's the example here? Why are they not making an example out of individuals who are grown, who are educated, who are credentialed, who are certified, and who have sworn a duty of responsibility to children? It's because they don't value the child. That's why. They do not value the child. They do not value the community and the family that the child is connected to. They are showing you this by their lack of prowess in the prosecution. It's very sad. Now, we are bringing light to it. Obviously, there's one more case pending. Rickey, thoughts?
Yeah, it's just sad. Everybody should have a hard time when ever you do anything to senior citizens and children. Senior citizens and children should be protected. That lady should be made to register like a sex offender and stay away from kids probably for the rest of her life. And the sad part about it is you probably can't sue her. You probably should sue her, but you can't sue her because you probably don't have anything. Because people who have something to lose, they just don't do stuff like that. And she should be thrown in jail and should do and everybody in the jail cell know what she did because they have kids also. Or whatever, but when you don't teach people a lesson or whatever, but why we always got to be the example and have a press conference when we do something, and when they do something, you just try to do the bare minimum. And here it is, 2024, and we still dealing with stuff like this. And that's why I just thank God for this show and God for your show, because man, a lot of us never would have heard about this incident had it not, you bringing stuff like this to the forefront, and it's sad. And I feel sorry for the kid. I feel sorry for the parents. And, I just hope that he get justice.
Yeah, that's right. And the family, hopefully, there will be a pending lawsuit against the school for the negligence involved. If so, we will bring you the update.